Why exactly are God's blessings delayed in your life? Well, stick around and I'm going to share with you the 7 biggest blocks that are delaying you from your destiny. Hi, I'm Shayna Rattler of agodshift.com, and today I am going to be sharing with you exactly what is standing in the way of what it is that God has for you. See, many believers, they're frustrated that they don't see what it is that God said that they could have in their life. They've had the visions, the dreams, the personal prophecies, but there's no actual manifestation of those promises. And so today I'm going to share with you exactly what the 7 biggest blocks are and the mindset shifts that have to occur in order for you to finally ditch the delay that is on your life and get to the destiny that God has not only told you that you can have, but that you know that you deserve and desire. So, number one, you are trying to figure it out on your own. That's right. You know that things are just not working in your life. But instead of you equipping yourself with the right people to help you along the journey, you're just trying to figure it out on your own, especially if you're a high achiever and you've accomplished things in your personal and professional life before. You just assume that you're going to continue to be able to do the same thing. But with this, trying to figure it out on your own is not going to actually get you out of the waiting game and lift the delay off of your life. Don't try to figure it out on your own. Actually, get the help that you need in order to be able to figure out what it is that you need to do in your life, right? Because God is not going to just do everything for you. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is that you are relying on the prayers and advice of everyone else, or you are just sitting and waiting idly on God. That's right. How many times have you, instead of thinking about what it is that you can do to get God's promises in your life, you just go to other people to pray for you, or you just go to other people for advice? Or how many of you just do absolutely nothing at all? You just sit back and you wait on God. Because after all, we have been told that He's all powerful, that He's all knowing, that He's everywhere all at the same time. And don't get me wrong, He is all of those things. But you have a role to play in God's will for your life. And there is never going to be a time that you're going to participate in any type of project, if you will, that is going to be the sole responsibility of the leader to do everything. But yet we treat God like that. Since we've been told that He's so great and He can do everything on His own but fail, we undercompensate for what it is that we should be doing. And that's going to keep you in a situation where what it is that God really has for you and everything that He truly wants to get to you is going to continue to be delayed because you're just waiting on God to do everything for you. Or instead of seeking God for yourself and trying to figure out what you can do, you're just going to everybody else to pray for you and to give you advice. The third block that is standing in the way of you getting to your destiny is the fact that your speech is not aligned with what it is that God promised you and what it is that you are believing for. Do you not know that as a believer that the most powerful weapon that you have is right here? It's your mouth. And the words that come out of your mouth are going to dictate your current reality. The words that you've spoken in the past, your reality right now is a culmination of those words. So you can't be believing God for increase, but then talking about how expensive gas is. You can't be believing God for a spouse, but allow yourself to say that nobody these days is serious about a relationship. Every single thing that you say out of your mouth has got to be in alignment with what Scripture says, what God has told you, and what you desire. So I want you to really be conscious over the next few days. What are you saying? And are you saying things that are actually in agreement with what God has said and what you want? Or are you actually saying things that are canceling it out? You'd be surprised what you're allowing to come out of your mouth. Reason number 4 that your destiny is delayed is because that you believe that you need clarity. I can't tell you how many people I talk to that the reason that they are not moving forward towards the destiny that God has for them is because they're like, Shayna, I need clarity. I don't know what to do. Well, no, what you really need is a plan and obedience. Do you think that Noah had clarity when he built a boat to put a bunch of animals on? Absolutely not. Do you think that Esther had clarity when she was going before the king and he could literally cut her head off? No, but she had a plan and she was obedient. Noah had a plan and he was obedient. So the lack of clarity is just a mindset shift that has you stuck. You don't need more clarity. You need a plan and you need obedience. Reason number 5 that you are delayed from your destiny is because you have limiting beliefs. That's right. Doubt, worry, all of the cares of the world are standing in the way of where you are now and what it is that heaven has for you. Only empty vessels can be filled. And I've said before that getting into your destiny has very little to do with desire, and it has so much more to do with capacity. But if you have limited beliefs, if you doubt that you're ready for what it is that God has for you, even if you believe that God can do it, but you doubt whether or not he'll do it for you, all of the things, all of the stinking and shrinking thinking that go on in our heads actually decrease our capacity to be able to get what it is that heaven has for us, and actually prolongs how long it's going to take for God to get in our hands what it is that he says that we can have, who it is that he says that we can become, and what it is that he says that we can do. So you have to get your capacity up and you have to overcome your limiting beliefs. Number 6, you're holding on to the old ways of doing things, old achievements, old accomplishments. Very seldom is where God taking you, is it going to be hinged upon doing things the old way. What about what you had in mind? Sometimes the hardest thing to let go of is what you had in mind. But God places that new thing just far enough out of reach that we have no choice but to let go of the old. It's holding you back. It's actually delaying you from your destiny. And number 7, setbacks, challenges, and disappointments are keeping you stuck. You got to let that go. The old can't go into the new. And I know that sounds cliche, but if you're allowing the unexpected circumstances and the disruptions in your life to continue to weigh you down and be present in your mind and be present in your speech and be present in your actions, you're going to continue to be delayed. So I'm going to recap them one more time. Number 1, you're trying to figure it out on your own. Number 2, you're relying on the prayers and advice of others, or you're simply just waiting idly on God. Number 3, your speech is not aligned. Number 4, you believe that you need clarity. Number 5, you have limiting beliefs. Number 6, you're holding on to the old. And number 7, setbacks, challenges, and disappointments are keeping you stuck. So I want you to take out a pen and paper, and I want you to ask yourself, what are your top 3? What are the top 3 of these 7 blocks that are actually delaying you from your destiny? And after you write your top 3 down, I want you to write down what is going to have to happen in order for you to have the peace to be able to move past the things that are keeping you the most stuck. And I want you to get the help that you need to get over your top 3. Maybe you need spiritual counseling. Maybe you need therapy. Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you need to enroll in a program or read a book. But do whatever it is that you have to do. Because once you remove these obstacles and these mindsets and these blocks out of your way, that's when you're going to be able to fully walk into your authority and partner with God so you can get into your destiny. So again, write down your top 3 and get the help that you need to get over them so that you can finally see the promises of God manifest in your life right now.